This sexy fellow right here's name is Howard Scott Warshaw. Now, Howard's been a lot of things in his life, but he's best known for his work at Atari in the 1980s. Howard was considered a rock star at Atari, and was the mind behind some of the most highly regarded games for the Atari 2600. His first hit, Yar's Revenge, was revolutionary. The game told the story of mutated houseflies defending their world against an alien attacker. It did this via a small storybook included in the game's case, and was credited as the first Atari game to include an in-depth story. After his success with Yar's Revenge, Howard was hand-selected by Steven Spielberg to develop the Raiders of the Lost Ark game. Howard once again revolutionized the industry by designing the game to use dual controllers. This may sound strange, however keep in mind that the Atari controller only had one joystick. Using dual controllers was essentially Howard's way of creating the dual joystick controllers we use today. However, even with all of these amazing achievements, Howard is still best known for his development of the 1982 title for the Atari 2600, E.T., also known as the worst game ever made. The actual concept behind E.T. was actually quite revolutionary once again. Howard attempted to make E.T. the first functional 3D title for the Atari 2600, but unfortunately was unable to achieve this goal. E.T. was developed in only 5 weeks. This was mostly due to pushes from Atari, as they were attempting to have the title released in time for the 1982 Christmas season. Although this claim is entirely false, it has been said that E.T. single-handedly led to the massive financial failure suffered by Atari in 1983. To understand the actual reasons behind Atari's flop, we'll have to go back to its origins. Now, Atari was founded on a very unique concept: support your developers, yet give them the freedom to enjoy themselves, and great games will follow. This concept turned Atari's studios into party environments, and developers were seen as rock stars rather than just employees at a company. This foundation worked amazingly well for Atari for some time, but it was too good to last. As Atari became corporately run, the developers became dissatisfied with their treatment. Atari had gone from a chill, fun workplace to a boring corporate job with little acknowledgement of a job well done. Soon, the developers responsible for Atari's massive success were leaving to form their own companies. As developer after developer left Atari, not only did Atari lose everything that made them great, the game market for the Atari 2600 became oversaturated with games developed by other studios, most of which were headed by past Atari developers. Warner sold off Atari in 1984 to Commodore Business Machines, who immediately closed the game publishing wing.